You are getting off easy today. I am just getting over recovering from being sick and my energy levels are super low. So today we're going to do some stretches to find some extra energy, but of course to prepare for an easy delivery. Last week I shared exercises that helped me prepare for a labor that was positive, that I felt like I coped the whole way through. And today we're going to focus on these stretches that really helped me. It was in my first prenatal yoga classes that I started hearing women having positive, natural, amazing birth stories. And fast forward 10 years later, where I do this all the time, I literally have heard hundreds of positive birth stories. For more exercises, workouts, and education for a healthy pregnancy and a positive birth, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's start on our knees. If you wanted to fold up your mat or put a blanket under your knees, you can. We can take one leg out to the side. We'll start with a gentle side stretch. Let's reach up and over. You can place your hand on that rib here. Really inhale, ballooning out through that rib, making room for baby. Good. Exhale, engage the side. Come on up. We can sit back onto our heel and let's just go back and forth. Good. Next time we come up, let's release our foot a little bit out, drop through our hip, and we get a nice stretch here. You can take any movement that feels good. Engaging your core, pull your baby in. Let's come up. We can switch to the other side. Reaching up and over. Big inhale into your rib. Shoulder relaxes down your back. Exhale, coming up. Let's come down. We can rock here. Being cautious in pregnancy, never to stretch too deeply with the extra relaxin hormone. We just want to be very gentle with our stretches. You can come down to your elbows if that feels good. On our next exhale, we'll come up, pulling in your baby, making sure you're not sagging. We want to protect our core. Let's come down on our knees. We can clasp our hands or our elbows behind our back. Let's roll our shoulder blades together. Reach our hands away and up. And then keeping your ribs pulled in, just lift through your chest. Slowly release. Let's round out the other way. Good. One more time. Opening through your chest. Exhale, ballooning out through your back. Good. Release. Let's come sitting down. We can bring our legs in front. Let's windshield our legs here. We're going to work on our internal rotation as this knee comes down. Let's pause on one side here. We can shift our weight onto that glute, grab your back foot, and take a nice quad stretch here. Gently release your foot. Let's take a big arm circle. Switching to the other side. Release. A couple of big arm circles here. Deep breath. Good. Let's come to all fours. Exhale, pull your baby in. Let's round out into cat pose. Inhale, arch, looking up. Exhale, rounding out. Inhale, looking up. Good, let's come back to a neutral spine. Keep your baby pulled in so your low back isn't swaying. We're gonna make the shape of a C with our spine, so look back towards your tailbone, moving back and forth. Last one. Good, keeping our hips high in the air, let's walk our hands forward into puppy pose. Walking our fingertips, feeling a nice stretch here. This is great for getting baby in a good position. Take some deep breaths. Good. Walking your hands back in. Let's come all the way up to a kneeling position. We can take a kneeling lunge here. If it's hard to reach the ground in a lunge position, you can grab a block, a ball, or you could also do this on a chair. Let's tap our foot forward, and then we can lunge forward. If you're going to use a block, you could use it here. You can keep your knee facing forward, or alternatively turn it out. Gently releasing through your hips. Pressing into your front foot, let's come back up. You can take a quick hamstring stretch here, flexing your foot, and then hinging forward. Good, come on up. Let's switch to the other side. So wherever you're comfortable here. Relaxing through your pelvic floor. Engaging your core by pulling in your baby before we move out of the pose. Gentle hamstring stretch. Inhale, come up. Let's grab a sip of water. Let's find our way up to a standing position, bringing our legs apart. Let's take a few sumo squats here. Let's spread our toes, turning our legs out from the tops of our thighs, squatting down, coming up, pressing your knees to the back of the room. Good, now we're all set up for a nice stretch. This time we can stay here, taking our hands out. If you need to walk your toes out a little bit further, you can. You can drop one shoulder in. Keeping your baby hugged in tight to your spine. Switching to the other shoulder. Good, releasing up. So I've got two options here. You can either lunge side to side here, or if it's available for you, we can come all the way down. So we're sort of in a half yogi squat, and you can flex that foot and just stretch here. Or you're staying in your side lunge. Good, you can use your hands or come on up, switching to the other side. Good, coming up again. Let's bring our feet in. We're going to move down to yogi squat. If you wanted to put blocks or a stool under, you can. Otherwise, we'll lower all the way down. I try to spend a few minutes several times a day in yogi squat, pressing your elbows into your knees, releasing fully through your pelvic floor. Now is also a good time to practice our breath when we're in a contraction. So it really helped me to count my breaths in the contraction, and then I knew when my contraction was going to end. So you can inhale in for 4, and then out for 4. Inhale in, breathe into your pelvic floor, let it relax. Exhale, let it go. As your contraction gets more intense, your breathing may speed up. But calm and controlled. Let's take a minute and breathe. Good. You can either come back up through a standing position or just lower yourself forward. Let's come to all fours. We can take one elbow out to the side, and then we're going to lift that elbow up. We can thread the needle all the way through, releasing on your shoulder. Good. Taking your top hand back in front of your face, let's come up. Other hand out, releasing up, threading through. Slowly coming out of the pose. We can press in to downward dog. You can also be on your forearms if that feels better. Let's pedal out through our heels. When you're ready, releasing back down to your knees. Let's move into butterfly, letting your knees fall out to the side. If you wanted to roll up blankets or pillows under your knees, if that feels better and allows you to relax, you can. Sitting tall, releasing forward. Inhale, coming up. Let's take our legs out. Doesn't matter how far they go, and if this feels a bit intense, you can also sit on a pillow. Sitting up tall, let's reach up and over. Switching to the other side. Moving back and forth a couple of times. And releasing forward if that feels good. Inhale, come up. Let's bring our legs into a cross-legged position. You did amazing. I hope that you're feeling like you have a little bit more energy and that especially your hips are feeling open and that baby is getting into a good position. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to link to my video on strategies to reduce the risk of tearing during birth. I'm always surprised when I watch labor videos. I actually don't see some of these strategies very often, and the really easy thing to implement to help protect our tissue around our perineum.